Hey y'all, it's me Fancy, every fancy thing, artist interviews and more, and I have the one and only Kingzy with us today.
What's going on, everybody?
Where are you at right now?
I'm in Wichita, Kansas,
That's your
middle of
hometown,
the
huh?
map. Yeah, this is my hometown.
Right. But when you're not there, where do you live at?
Houston, Texas.
All right. How long you been in Houston?
17 years since I was about 12.
Well, damn. Hey. So we can just get right into it. Let's definitely talk about your artistry. Let's talk about everything. Everything Kingdom. Let's talk about all of those things. So tell me about when you discovered, that you wanted to be an artist. How old were you when you discovered that you had this skill set and this specific talent?
Right after I got shot, I was about 25. And as I was recovering, a lot of people was telling me, "Man, you got a lot to talk about. You got a real story to really create." You know what I'm saying? As far as doing it through music, So I started working on my craft and everything like that. I made a song called Houston Love, and I had wrote a song called Paranoid, which had to do with me being shot and everything like that. Just pretty much breaking down the whole situation that happened. And I had sent it to my ex manager. Her name was Beanie, and she was like, "Man, that Houston Love, that's the one." And just kept continue to perfect my craft, and everything was good. Kept getting better and better and better. Start Googling type of words, have me a thesaurus or a dictionary, trying to learn them good words and not them simplicity words,
Not the basics, right?
Yeah,
He said learn the good words, y'all.
man,
So
you hear me?
okay. So how did getting shot change your life? Because a lot of people, it makes you either do one thing or another. Either one of two things. Either that's the kind of life that you just kind of stay in that life, or either you just kind of go down from there, or either it changes like your whole frame of mind. What did it do for you?
It pretty much made me look at life in a whole different perspective, because you don't really know what other people got going on in life, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, wrong place, wrong time, But I was
Right.
also living that lifestyle, and doing all type of stuff, trying to make me some money to feed my people and shit like that to feed myself. And it just really pretty much just leveled up my whole way of thinking, and just to avoid all the negativity, and try to flip all of that into positivity, as well as protect my peace. And the music is the therapy, so I don't really need therapy for all of that when I can just go to the pen and pad.
Yeah, I can identify with that.
So
So it sort of translate. Of course, absolutely, all of your life experiences have translated into your music. You can actually feel all kinds of emotions when you listen to your music. That's one thing that I love about you as an artist. I've always been able to listen to your songs. So that brings me to my next question. Would you consider yourself a storyteller or a lyricist? What would you consider yourself?
I would say both. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
I can switch it on and off. Like if it's something that I really need to talk about and really get the crowd to see what I'm talking about, then I'm gonna most definitely paint that picture with my words. And as far as a lyricist, it's just like I really can come with that fire.
yeah.
I ain't gonna let up, especially if they put me on their track, I'm gonna kill them on their own beat. So it just depends on which way we talking about or what subject we want to talk about.
Yeah. I often say whenever I ask people that question, I often say, like we look at Tupac and Biggie, and I would say that Pac was a lyricist and Biggie was a storyteller. So that's the reason why I asked that question because most people are either one or the other. It's kind of interesting when you have a dynamic to where you have the duality where you can do both.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? You can do both. You can, like you
Yeah.
said, you can identify, your audience, and you can see sort of where you're at with it. So, which makes me kind of know, like, if anybody's ever seen you perform before, I definitely have. Like, you really feed off of the crowd.
Mhm.
a lot. And so you might already know what you're going to perform when you get there, but the method of which you're performing it or whatever, when you're there, your stage presence is amazing. You engage your crowd every time. So when you're there performing, you might switch it up. It might not be how it originally was planned in your mind, and that's going to normally be based off of how your crowd is reacting, right?
Right. Correctly. And
Mm-hmm.
majority of the time, anytime I perform, you know what I'm saying, I gotta thank God first and foremost, because without him I wouldn't even be me. Or I wouldn't even be here, shall you say. So and that's how I draw the crowd in. Like they be like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
this nigga praying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I try to bring something different to the stage every time.
Well, your presence is already larger than life as it is. You know what I mean? Whenever you enter, you know what I'm saying? There's a peace about you and around you. So your presence is already a calming presence. It's not anything that's, gets people, riled up in a negative way. It's always
Yeah.
peaceful, which is a good thing.
Right.
And then by the pure fact that you brought that up, and that is something that you absolutely do every performance, no matter how big or how small, that actually, it coincides with that whole mood that you normally see at people that are attending
Right.
your shows, the people that are attending your shows. So definitely. So let's get into your latest project. Talk to me a little bit about your latest project, what it took to get here.
What it took to get here, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Pretty much basically what I faced in life, things that I've overcame, um, and elevated from. As far as me being shot, me being in the hospital, me facing trials and tribulations, stuff like that. I was over to overcome all of that and to push it into a big project to where I could tell a whole storyline with the songs that I have as far as videos. So now that I'm shooting these videos, we're being more creative. My videographer, he's more like the real ghost of the baby. You know what I'm saying? The people that shoot like the baby. He's wanting to bring the music alive through the videos, and I'm giving him something to really think about that he can put and create as far as it goes to the music. So what it took to get here is basically just like, hey man, this is my trials and tribulations, my testimony. You know what I'm saying? This is what I've been through. At the end of the day, I'm still here and I'm still standing tall with my head up. So
So what I want to do is kind of just go through a few of the songs, that you sent to me, so that way I can play little snippets of them. And I want you to talk to me about Perfect Timing. I want you to talk to me about the premise behind it. Where were you in your mind or in your spirit or in your heart at the time that you wrote it? How long did it take you to write it?
it took me literally a day to write that, because it was literally the timing of everything. When I listened to the beat, it literally clicked in my head because I literally try to freestyle when I start writing my songs. I try to freestyle, see what type of see what type of sound I want to have on the beat. So I do a little freestyle here and there, and the perfect timing it stuck with me because a lot of people maybe they done already made it. You know, the perfect timing is when God reveals for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna be right now. It may not be next year. It may not be 2 years from now. But at the same time, I'm still gonna keep pushing to make sure that I make it. And the perfect
Yeah.
timing is when God lets me know what it is. So
So
all I can do is continue.
I often say, like, when you realize what your calling was, at the moment that you realize what your calling was. I remember the moment that I realized what my calling was. That's an amazing feeling. You can never turn your back on that, no matter how discouraged you might get at times. Like you're saying, the amount of time that it takes, to get, the recognition that you need in order to move on to that next level or whatnot. You know what I mean, in your artistry. But no matter, sometimes we get discouraged. But I think that at that time, I think that that speaks volumes. This song it speaks volumes. So I wanted to tell me um tell me what your favorite part of the song is.
Uh, I would have to say, me being through the ugly and I made a way out like I'm Ginobili. Because not only have I been through the ugly, but I used to play ball, was an All American, and stuff like that, and it just brings back memories to where like no matter how many times I've been knocked down, my faith, my prayers, they continue to work through God, and God works through me. So
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
yeah.
But
I've often said of you, lovingly, I've often said, my king can make a way out of no way. I've seen you do it so many times.
yeah,
We have to get up. We have to get up. You know what I'm saying? Pick ourselves up
got
off the
to,
ground. And I've seen you do it so many times.
and we're gonna continue to fall, but it's up to us to learn from our mistakes and continue to stand on our own 2 feet.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna play a little bit of Perfect Timing, and I'm gonna let you go on and vibe with them, a little bit, and then we'll switch it off and we'll get back into the conversation. Okay?
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it take people a little more time to get to the top. I'm on my way. But the work is up there. Congratulate. I'm gonna be on my way. Yeah. I'm headed your way. Yeah, it's the top, but you know that I'm here for the stay. Yeah, the women they look on my and then I'm out to the game. Standing up with the kids. Cause I got me a heart for lions. I say anything but if you think that I'm pussy, then man, I'm love me, come try. Yes, I'm in the road. I'm in the way. My name is Janelle. Oh, you like what you hear? Well, I'm done on the top and I need you to say right. I'm all like a boy. I know all the shit when you call me your friend. But the way that I was popping, who I promise I don't even dance. I'm the type to run up and check me up, give me a fan. Would you like to talk with a bitch? Being in no hood, but a product of me. I'm so bigger than no one. Just take you a guess. Sound like the logic. I was just taught to be confident. They are cocky. I love your audience, man. What can I say? When it comes to you, I'm one of the greatest. I feel like I'm better than them. I believe in myself, and I know it don't make me afraid. Cause I'm gone of God first. Hated or no, but I don't give a damn. Remember them time that you said that I couldn't, but guess what, the homie, you see that I can. You got to a problem addressing. But some of my dreams ain't no looking back. I was down for a second. I didn't forget that you niggas, you laugh. Oh, you made it a joke and you played with the gimmicks. So why you goes over the glass? My diamond for real, yeah, it's happening. Glad for the face, so this ain't to stay down. I'm headed your way, it just took me some time. But you know that I'm here for the stay. Yeah, the women they love, I'm like, I no and I'm passing them out to the game. I'm standing up with the G, yeah. Cause I got me a heart of a lion. I say anything up if you think that I'm pussy, then man, I'm your homie, come try me. This that little boy with the edge on. I'm talking about him with the dreads on. She used to be sleep like the bed on me, so I turn out to a head on. You ain't gonna know in the bed coming while you ain't supposed to know.
So fire.
You feel me?
The fire.
And the
Yeah.
video is out on YouTube.
So when
Official
are you
Kingzy.
working on that one right now? When are you expecting the video to drop for it?
Which one? Which one we was talking about?
Perfect timing.
Well, the video already dropped. It's on YouTube, so
Oh, okay. I
out.
haven't seen it
Yeah,
though. Okay.
yeah. Official Kingzy. That's my YouTube. It's up there.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna drop your YouTube link in um real quick for everybody to have that. I already dropped your other ones in the scroll bar down there, but I'm gonna go and drop in your YouTube official King's right. All
Appreciate
right. Of course. Good music. So there we go. How about that? All right.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so then talk to me then about Cautious. I want to know about Cautious. So tell me what you would like the listeners to know about Cautious.
Cautious is pretty much, it's based off like the aftermath of when I got shot, and how I pretty much just overcame, and I continue to have that mentality. You know, it's just like I'd rather fuck them over instead of killing them. I'd rather let my success talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So instead of retaliating the way that the demons want me to, you know, I'm gonna just kill them with my success. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what cautious is. It's pretty much just basically breaking down like, yeah, I've been through what I've been through, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have the last laugh when I come successful, and they gonna be my foot throne.
And the funniest thing about it is that when people cannot get a rise out of you and they can't get you to react in the way that they want, they can't handle that.
Yeah,
And it just makes you stronger every obstacle that you're facing afterwards. You just become stronger every time. You know, you're more resilient, and you're really, it's really what we used to call hater proof.
Man, and it took me a while to get to this point.
Yeah,
I easily spaz on somebody, because I
yeah.
struggle from PTSD, but at the
Well,
same
because
time,
that's right. Because when you've been through what you've been through, you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
You got no time for no L's. You know what I'm saying. You got no time for
exactly,
no nonsense. Look, get out my way. If I'm on the way up, and if you're in my way, you don't remove yourself. I'll move you out of my way. But it's
exactly.
good that you have employed the techniques and the tactics to do that now. You know what I'm saying. You know the right way to do it. And a
Right,
lot of
right,
people can learn a lesson from that. They can take a lot from that. You know what I'm saying?
most definitely.
A lot with it. So, cautious. Video for cautious.
We're gonna put that together with when you hear my get back, we putting them together. That's gonna be
Okay.
the storyline, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
All right.
cautious is pretty much, saying like, yeah, this is it, but that I want my get back is how I'm gonna get my get back.
All right. I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it. So let's let them hear a little bit of that. Okay.
For sure.
All right. Let's see.
Man, so a lot of people don't know. When I was locked up, very serious. So that's me. I was gonna talk about some sad shit. Switch it up right now. Shot 6 times, fell down. But I'm feeling like y'all turn y'all back on me, and I'm coming for everybody. When I call that truck, your faces start disappearing. Dishing out that fake love, my dad was with niggas feeling so used to when it gets hard. I see who got my back. It's a cold world, you better keep holding your back. That boy, bad, nigga, what's your purpose? Got me out my comfort zone, cause I know you niggas ain't worth it. I'm tired of keeping you at too fast forward. Fuck these fake friends and all these hoes that way fast through. I felt it, all you fake niggas. Y'all gotta go, I feel like murder. I'm killing your dead, my sister's gonna get it first, gotta get it right. In the meantime, I'm gonna make it happen. I done seen it, I done felt it, all you fake niggas. Y'all gotta go, I feel like murder. I'm killing your dead, my sister's gonna get it first, gotta get it right. In the meantime, I'm gonna make it
Hey,
call it doing this. Some folks have been calling this thing, but I'm prepared to the earth. Life is crazy, you don't know who it is. That's your body is intention for the situation. Niggas say dirty, they don't say your own. Love skills and real. Streets corrupted, better be cautious who you rockin' with. When you come up on our way, we the ones you keep watching, man. That's your picture, I keep protection in my pocket. Gotta make it for myself, really use it, it's not what I know. I'm not a villain, but I'm tempted, I'm close to the edge. Right to the side, I got the demons outside of my head. I'm on the way, I see my ticket, I'm right up the road. Y'all been so precious, but see my life worth more than gold. I refuse to let them take me, watch me make it, cause the ones that say they love you, usually hate you. Cause I done seen it, I done felt it, all you niggas, y'all gotta go, I feel like murder. I'm killing your dead, my sister's gonna get them first, gotta get it right. In the meantime, I'm gonna make it happen. Cause I done seen it, I done felt it, all you fake niggas, y'all gotta go, I feel like murder. I'm killing your dead, my sister's gonna get them first, gotta get it right. In the meantime, I'm gonna make it happen.
And that
it's a
one I
must.
love, 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 love. That one I love, love, love. Oh wow.
It's a must.
Yes. That one is just so natural. It's so natural. And mostly whenever you work, it is very natural. There's really nothing really scripted about you. I love that. You get a natural reaction. And you get the real feelings, the raw feelings. And that's one of the things that I love about your artistry. Yeah. Always. So then so get back. You say these two are gonna be it's gonna be a two piece.
Yeah, yeah. See, get back. It's like my revenge, it's
Hmm.
just pretty much just letting them know, like, my get back is gonna be stronger than the way that y'all got me, So at the end of the day, y'all just need to prepare yourself.
There
So,
it is. All right.
uh,
And then you sent me Girl Scout. Talk to me about Girl
oh
Scout.
yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you getting a feature from me, this is what you gonna get.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
so that shout out to my boy Wes O'Neal. You know, he from Wichita, Kansas, but he out there in Colorado. You know, he shouted to me and he was like, "Man, you really put the funk to my song." You know,
Hey,
so and that's what I like to hear. I like to hear that, and I'm gonna make sure they anything they want me on. I'm gonna make sure y'all get that fire out of me,
give it to them exactly all the way. I don't think they expect anything. I don't think they expect anything less from you.
man.
Um, talk to me about what's next. What do you see besides making really good music? Besides continuing to drop fire, besides continuing to be real and to tell your stories, because in life we're going to continue to have more events happen to us, more things that we're surrounded with, more good versus evil around us,
Ah, what happened?
companionship or whatever. Talk to me about what you would like to do next. Directing, acting, writing, producing. What's your growth scale looking like? What are you thinking about doing next?
Uh,
Also in connection with what you do as an artist already.
pretty much like I'm pretty involved with my kids. You know, being a father is pretty important to me because I didn't really get to have that bond with my daughter. You know, growing when she was growing up because of the
Hmm.
situations with the baby mama situation, stuff like that. But you know, the more I bonded with my son when he came in, you know, it just made me realize like, you know, I'm meant for this. I'm meant to be a father. You know, so I'm gonna take the necessary steps and I'm gonna get the necessities that I need. You know, to push my kids to be better than me. You know, and better than their mothers. You know, and at the end of the day, trying to be that positive role model to where like any kid can look up to me, you know, no matter race or color, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And I
It's
mean,
just
I believe that that's what I think that that's our mission, when we're gifted with a child. And I said gifted. When we are gifted from God with a child, that becomes our sole responsibility, and we have to
exactly
make every decision that we have to make it for their best interest. And like you said, perfectly to make them have a better life and make them better than who we are. That's
right,
absolutely necessary.
right.
And our pursuit of that never really ends. So speaking of that, that's of course that's your bond because that's your seed, it's your child. But talk to me about your reach with the younger generation coming up, other young men, young artists. How do you vibe, and will you be paying it forward per se, or will you be giving some of the game, or will you be taking, or investing anything into any up and coming artists, younger?
Oh yeah, you know when it comes to that, to the music end and learning the producing, the mix and mastering, you know, I most definitely want to continue to learn that. You know, so every producer that I've come across, shout out my boy Mac the engineer, and my boy Nico Studios. That's who I go back between them two, and I pretty much learn from each and every one of them. But as far
Mhm.
as the youth, you know, I just pretty much I talk to them. You know,
Yeah.
it's not a lot of good big homies out here, shall we say? You know,
No.
because they don't lead their youth in the right direction. You know,
No.
they rather lead the youth to destruction. And at the end of the day, you know, I feel like the youth they need to know about the positivity that comes with life, you know, and not just the negativity because it's more to it than just the streets. It's other things that you could be an entrepreneur, a doctor, you know, you just got to continue to put in that work and you could be anything that you want to be as long as you put your mind to it, you know.
Yeah.
So just put your heart and soul into everything that you want to do in life. And, you know, as far as the youth, that's what I do. I try to install that into their mind to know that, hey, man, no matter what people say to you, whatever they say that you can't do, just show them that you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you have to definitely invest in them because they are the future. I know it sounds so cliche. We used to hear that, when we were younger. We would hear people say, the children are your future. You have to take care of that. And a lot of people really didn't want to pay it forward. Like you say, it's much easier to lead people. It's much easier to lead people astray, or to go with the things that are what's popping right now, or what's mainstream right now. And you have, and I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like this generation now and the future generations, even though even though they have a struggle, we all had a struggle. but
Mm,
it's just another one. It's just another struggle. Like just
mm,
like what we're going through right now, coronavirus. It's just another one. It's gonna be
right.
something else after this. It's gonna be something 10 times after that. You know what I'm saying? And so I
That
feel like
shit passed.
everything exactly, and that comes, where you're well grounded in your faith and what you have and what you believe in. But I'm saying that is that I feel like this generation has it much easier than what the previous generation did. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yours, mine, the ones before us. You know what I'm saying? They have it so much easier, and I feel like a lot of times they really choose that life, and they really ain't about that life. They're really not prepared for that life because
Most definitely.
internet thugging. You got fat fingers. You know what I'm saying? You do
Yeah.
everything behind the
Yeah.
keyboard. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
be whoever you want to on your phone on social media. And I feel like that's really the state of our world right now. I mean, I have some of the larger artists, large way like international artists that I work with that people try to, get social media thug, you know what I'm saying, on them. And I'm like, that's an
Yeah.
international artist. Are you out of your mind? Like
Mm.
really, like you're really gangster right now, like what you doing?
And then life would be a whole different story. Like, man, I done ran into a lot of people like that.
Yeah. But but it takes all kinds. So, again, by you saying, that you've elevated your mind, you've elevated every aspect of what you do, that give back, you know what I'm saying? Hey, revenge, yeah, the greatest revenge is your success, just like you said. There's really no other way to say that. So, I'm gonna ask you to do something for us because I respect and admire your talent so much. So what you want to spit for us? Because I know you want to do something. I know you're gonna do something for me a
Ah,
little bit.
I
Give
mean,
them a little bit so they can see that it's real, real, real.
I had I had did the cold summer challenge, the fabulous thing,
Okay.
and my boy had hit me up because the way I ended it, he was like, "I'm disappointed,"
Oh,
So I finished it. He said he loved what I was saying, but the way that I ended it, I should have kept going, because he was like, "You drew me in," and then you just stopped like that, So I ended up finishing. I ended up finishing the little verses and stuff like that, But I may mess up, I may not, but you know, I ain't got no problem spitting for y'all.
give us a little something. It's your fans. It's the fancy show, but it's all about you today. We don't every fancy thing, but it's gonna be all about you.
So am I just gonna do an acapella or should I put on
Yeah.
some beat
Unless you want
or
to tell, you go ahead and put on some music, but I just don't know how it will come across, on the live feed.
well, I can do acapella. I may mess up, know what I'm saying, but y'all know how
But you
good
can do
because
your best.
I don't really remember the whole, So I
Well,
had
do
just finished.
something that you remember the whole thing. Then we good with whatever.
All right. uh It was moments I shared with my brother that I loved the most. Even when my granny prayed for me, reason she held me closer. Even when my grandpa reminded me to be the best. I'm tested by the highest power. Ain't no need for me to rest. See, my kids gotta eat, what's necessary. I got problems, I need help. Might as well call a secretary. No need for the therapy. Music is therapeutic. All these problems in my mind, I'll find a way to get through it. Baby mama got me blocked and I can't see my son. My daughter 8, I got her back. Now I'm losing my son. Like, damn, this a cold summer. More like it's cold love. Nobody give a fuck till you tell them you had enough. And everything is cool till one day it may be too late. Cause when I'm gone, I'm gone. Ain't no refresh or a replay. Like, damn, you using my king as a pawn, knowing he more than that. All in my face, dangling my son. I ain't with that. Mama told me back to the basics, start living life. Living in this wrongful world don't mean it can't be done right. Just look to God, put you in places you ain't never seen or never been. Ain't no more taking L's. I'm meant to win. This ain't the end. This the start. I put my heart into my kids and let God do his part. And I'ma stay forever solid. I lost my brother to a gun, and I'm just being honest. You know that feeling? I don't think you do. This pain hit different that you make it through. Watch your surroundings. Niggas really around be really fake, but acting cool. See, that's that unexpected virus you'll never see. The devil is a lie. Corona ain't no taking me. It's Kingzy.
Hey, you say cold summer challenge. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That is what's up. all the way. Hey, nothing but the best when it comes from you, right? All the time. Even if you would have not remembered or you would have made a mistake, it wouldn't matter because you would have just been perfect all the way the rest of the way through. So we already know what to expect from you.
For
So
sure.
speaking of that feature, like you said, that you sent me Girl Scout. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Girl Scout. I want to do that because I want people to also experience what they, like you said, what they'll get as a feature. If you're a feature artist on their track,
Oh,
that
for
you how you
sure.
feel that? Yeah.
For
All right.
sure.
Let's drop that one right quick.
I'm on the
And-
second verse, so y'all know.
Okay, second verse. All right. Well, I mean, it's not like they won't be able to not identify your voice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let them go on and come on up.
Yeah. Pressure. I'm gonna kill him with this one. Yo. Girl selling on the block. Girl Scout. I'm hot boxing blowing cookies. Girl Scout. Gorilla Glue, Granddaddy Perk. Gelato 2. It's more G's on my set than a Gucci suit. Big C's. What you need, a blues clue? Call my nigga Steph Curry. Wow. All he do is shoot. Damn. Call my bitch mobile. Wow. All she do is boost. And then I take the money and go and buy some Gucci shoes. Okay. Trapping ain't dead nigga and I'm living proof. Your nigga should do stand up cause he been a goof. I don't even lie down, bitch, I been the truth. She went to band camp, blew me like a flu. Kids get out the streets, you should stay in school. Cause the niggas like me out here strapped with fools. This shit get real, this shit ain't cool. I hit you and double back and hit your granny too. Girl selling on the block, Girl Scout. I'm hot boxing blowing cookies, Girl Scout. Hit the block, bring it back in large amounts. Shoe box money, nigga, fuck a bank account. Girl selling on the block, Girl Scout. I'm hot boxing blowing cookies, Girl Scout. Hit the block, bring it back in large amounts. Shoe box money, nigga, fuck a bank
I'm
account.
gonna double up, that thing go good, then you know I'm gonna triple it. I don't like bad business, nah. When I got hit, you know it's gonna hit hard. I'm a big dog, you know. I growl, you sound like a hiccup. I get me a bag, you fit in the purse. I'm risking it all, no prenup. I'm a badass nigga with good smoke. Oh, you want that good? I said the price. Different flavors, different types. Goddamn nigga, make up your mind. See, I go hard for the blood. My blood show love to me. How can I run up if fuck with me? These niggas don't, they got to be. Goddamn. I'm in the back end, finna hit the road, and I ain't even looking back. I got the formula needed like babies, you know I'm providing similar. Pressure, I keep it consistent, you know. Reason they coming back. Oh, I got me a swerve, you know what it is. I'm finna pull up and I dip back. I'ma pull up when they need me. When you call, you know what I mean. I ain't got no time to talk on the phone. These niggas be lying for free. These niggas be lame, I ain't got the time. My girls on the line and they selling out. I'ma re-up and go do it again. It's really no need for a bank.
Girl selling on the block, Girl Scout. I'm hot.
You stand on their motherfucking neck.
Man, you see, yeah, I'm telling you.
On their neck.
I'm telling you.
Hey, that's
I'm
more
trying
than
to tell
motherfucking
you.
pressure. That's standing on a motherfucking neck.
I'm telling you, they can't breathe
Hey.
right now.
Hey, you know what? I don't expect anything less when it comes to you. You continue to work hard. You continue to perfect, and hone your skill. You continue to amaze me, and I think that you always will. And I think that the more exposure the more people that you're exposed to, the more people will learn about you. In the coming days, they're going to be able to enjoy your music. And you got what I like to call staying power. There's not a lot of artists now that have that staying power. There's too many artists that are of today. Their sound is for today.
Mhm.
The music
Right,
is for today. It's only of today. You don't see a lot of like your original pioneers that are still around, that are still legendary. You don't see a
right,
lot of that now. We can't say that we have legends of today as we have those legends that are still alive and that are living legends.
right.
But you definitely will be that. You continue, like I said, you've continued to just elevate in so many ways, and I am definitely proud of you. And so, what it took to get here, it dropped already, like in January, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes, man.
so it's available on
All
all.
forms.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so on What It Took to Get Here, what's your favorite?
Uh, ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna have to say Get Back is my favorite for sure.
Hey, I can't argue with that point. I really
Yeah.
like that one too. So talk to me about a dream collaboration. A dream collaboration. Anybody out here that you would, whether they're old school, new school, whatever, anybody that you would like to collaborate with in any capacity?
Ti
All right.
for
All
sure.
right.
Ti, that's my favorite rapper.
Okay. All right. See, that was the next question I was going to ask you. Every rapper has a favorite rapper. So somebody that you cannot, you cannot take out of, your playlist or it's on repeat. Speaking of which, what is your go song? Not your own, but of your favorite. Like you say, Ti is your favorite. What is your go-to song for him?
Oh man, that's tough. The one that really just hit my soul is "Live in the Sky."
Yeah, very
Hmm.
meaningful and powerful. The words are very meaningful and powerful.
Yeah, when I lost my brother, that was the song that I go to. So I still go to that song a lot.
Yes, I like Ti too.
Yeah, he's so professional with it, but at the same time,
He's real,
he
right?
he gonna come at you,
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just don't want to wake a sleeping giant,
man. That's what man. They about ready to wake me up,
right?
man.
So there you go.
Man,
So I definitely want to, so what's coming next besides the videos? What's your next project? I know you're already working. I know you be on this project, you already dropped it. What's your next project? When are you anticipating dropping your next project?
uh, what month is this? Finna be May. It's April.
Hmm.
Mm, we could say the summertime for sure, because the vibe that we giving on this project pretty much is the summer vibe. Uh, we don't know an exact date, but as soon as we come up with a name, I'm gonna have my artist draw it up. JP Designs, that's my boy. He do all my artwork. Anything y'all need done, he draws it from scratch and he brings it to life. You know what I'm saying? That's a true artist. So
That's
y'all need to search him. So yeah, that's my guy right there. And I'm
anybody.
also working on I'm also working on a few little EPs that I want to drop like a 5-song EP, during this coronavirus stuff, and just draw some people in.
Okay. And so so now you're in Kansas, you were saying. When are you going to be back in Houston? And are you going to be doing any shows after this corona is lifted? And have you considered joining? I've actually been organizing some internet concerts. Have you even considered doing anything like that in the wake of this whole coronavirus?
DJ XO, any type of DJ that go live, and they
Hmm.
playing people's songs, like I jump in they live. I didn't get my music didn't go through when I was down here probably like 2 weeks ago. He was live and he kept doing his music and he was finna play my music, but it never sent. And I sent it like 4 times and it never came through. So I try to do that. Like when I see a lot of producers and they got a lot of followers and a lot of viewers, I'm gonna pay that for them to play my music. You know what
Of
I'm saying?
course.
So,
You have to invest in yourself, and I think that's a mistake that a lot of
exactly,
artists make if they don't invest in themselves. You got to be careful
exactly.
because people scam, and it happens in
Right,
all and it happens in all creative avenues. I see it happening modeling. I see it happening in advertising. I see it happen in radio because I even have my own
exactly.
radio show. So I mean, I've seen
Mhm.
other people come at me, with a package. Well, we can do this and that, but you ain't coming at me with a contract, and you ain't coming at me with something that I can have a lawyer look over. So you
Right,
got to be
right.
real careful with that type of stuff. You
I've
know.
been scammed before, and I learned it ain't gonna happen again.
Right. I had a booking agent mess me out of 8 grand. So trust me, I know. And it wasn't even a booking agent for, and I was all the way in New York and had to wait for 9 hours in the airport to get back on the plane to get back home.
Wow.
It happened to me and lost out 8,000. You know what I'm saying? On that.
Hmm.
You know, it happens. You know, it happens to the best of us. So, do you want to give any shouts out to anybody before we get ready to wrap?
Uh, Shout out to God, my family.
Always.
You know, my little team, JP Designs, Jacoby Pace. That's my
Okay.
brother, my right hand man when it comes to this music stuff. Shout out my producers. Like I said, Mac Deuce, Nico Studio. Shout out my brother Trey Factor. My boy Jamal Harris, YBM Smooth out here in Wichita. Heavy, few artists out here in Kansas that I really fuck with.
Yes.
So
Well, I mean, it's always a pleasure. You have to promise that you're gonna come back after you drop some more stuff for us, and for us to enjoy. Promise you're gonna come back and do another video interview, and then I'm gonna have you in studio sooner than later after Corona, kind of lets up on us, kind of takes the show cold off of us. What you think? Can you promise me to do that again?
yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, we
No,
definitely
I
are going
got
to be tuning in to watch what's next. And this interview definitely will be available on my YouTube. And I'll be able to also share the link for you as well. So you'll have access to it as well. But definitely wanted to say thank you so much for coming on and spending this time with me today, sharing the music with everybody.
you. Most definitely. Thank you for having me.
Always. All right, my king. I'm
God
going to
bless
see you later. Yes. Hey, and
you.
may God keep you. Yep. And continue to bless you in your, in everything. You're going to continue to grow and prosper. I already know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, we out for now, y'all. Y'all keep it 100.
All right.
Bye.